My name is Luc Imbert. I'm driving innovation at Jaguar Networks. So Jaguar Network is a French company that is a transit service provider and a hosting service provider. So we're doing telecommunication and cloud. We're in France, and we see a bright future into the IoT business. And what I'm going to tell you today is really the way we see this journey together with Cisco, together with you, um, and the way we see it accelerating or being enabled by organization like ours into a profitable future. So really, I've got 4 slides. I've got 4 slides. We have something like 30 minutes, so we have time to, let's say, have question and answers and deep dive into what we really would like to achieve. This is the beginning of a journey for us. We have already had a series of, let's say, prospects and customer interaction, very deep, very complex, and I will be happy to go through. But really what I want to tell you today is in 4 points. The first thing for me is to tell you about the adjacent move. Okay, IoT is nothing else but standard internet applied to new kind of environments, new kind of customers. As a service provider, we are talking to the exact same customers that we were talking before. Difference is that we're not talking to the same people. And once this is done, I think telecommunication collection, IoT collect, then it goes into into the hosting environment, and that's the natural move. Second point, we are talking about enabling professional segments. We do not, in our position, really understand the way the consumer market will move this way. But we really understand that from a professional segment perspective, there's a huge need to address IoT volumes exactly the same way we are dealing with all the different issues, technologies, and needs that they have in their standard VPN business or in their standard cloud strategies. Third point, our go-to-market. The way we have decided to address that market, okay, the bits and pieces we have decided to put in place. And this will take us to my conclusion in terms of, let's say, enabling all that stuff, the real and strong need for interoperability. I can give you my conclusion right away. To enable the IoT success, we need to make thousands of professional networks interoperable. This is the way we see the market. This is the way we see our customer expecting us as an SP to act. And this is the way we are expecting our provider in terms of technology and platform to support us in that journey. So now that the presentation is finished, I can start it. So this is Jaguar Network. Okay, well, and to be very precise, in fact, Jaguar Network is right in the middle. The transport and the data and big data hosting. This is our history. The company was strangely formed September 11, 2001, and started in hosting. Then we moved into the telecommunication business in 2006 with our AS number and telecommunication license and so on. And we have, since then, been offering services to mid-sized company and a lot of public sector and companies that require trust and price sensitivity. This is the way we're doing our business today in a real B2B relationship with mid-sized company and public sector environment. that really appreciate the one-to-one relationship that is being established. Not big, we start to be decent with more than 1,000 customers, but we know all of them, and we have big, small, and huge business with them in a decent trend. So, what's the IoT journey on that? Adjacency, add before, add after our core technology. Before, this is just about IoT Collect. And IoT Collect, the way we would like to do it, is exactly the same way we would like to address. We have been addressing telecommunication forever. Our own capability, as well as partnership. So we have a capability to do peering with hundreds of service providers around the world. We would like to do the same in the IoT environment. And beyond that, what is obvious in telecommunication and might be a question mark in IoT, we want to have it completely technology agnostic. You will hear me talking about LoRa a lot today. But LoRa is, let's say, one great architecture, one great technology to emphasize about the IoT framework. But it should be expanded to others. And this is the way we see our job as an SP. The technology issue is ours. No customer today is asking whether they want an SDSL or any kind of other link. They want an IP access, and you manage it, and this is the characteristic of the IP access they want, and that's it. And you have to manage it, and they don't care about the way you achieve it. IoT should be the same. They don't need to care about the technology that is behind. So this IoT Collect and the IoT ecosystem is taking us into the endpoints, into the sensor understanding, into the sensor development, connectivity, let's say qualification capabilities. But as well, behind the collect, we have some kind of message-oriented ingestion system that we are putting in place. So Jaguar is strong today because we have a strong information system. We are developing that information system with the capability to ingest any kind of IoT messages, MQTT kind of flows, whatever, wherever they come from, in a secure manner, the exact same way we are addressing telecommunication connectivity. So, sensors, just for us, to make sure that we will have a capability to qualify others, collect with our own capability to deploy LoRaWAN systems, or let's say to lead on some third-party gateways with our own network servers and stuff like that. And then a real capability to ingest in our information system the IoT messaging flow. And then it goes into the data and big data environment. What does it mean for us? Is it something different from our standard hosting capability? Yes. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different because in our standard hosting environment, our customers, they know exactly what they want. This is my VM, this is my level of storage, this is the way I want to handle it. You do it, and you, Jaguar, you have to put it in, operational level, and that's it. And guess what? This is exactly what we want to do in IoT. But before that, what is required in IoT is some kind of real analysis. Not about the data themselves, but about the way the customer is going to consume this data. And this is the reason why we are partnering with others. Partnering with others that are data scientists, that are knowledgeable about the about the big data consumption. And we are using this consulting company made of researchers to tell us the kind of big data structure, big data nature we have to put in place and maintain. Our job will be to maintain it. Our willingness today is to support our customers in this assessment, in this first shot, in this setup journey. And then, this is about tools and application. Tools and application, is there something specific? Potentially yes, because again, in data science and big data, there's a mix between the software and the hardware. And guess what? The hardware, this is our job. And the software, a little bit as well. So we are trying to, once we have this big data environment set up, we are trying to provide a consumption environment for third-party application to come, pick the data, compute it, and potentially in a conjunction between hardware and software, going into the GPU or FPGA of any kind that will be useful for their specific use of the specific huge amount of data created by their IoT business. So really, we end with this presentation layer versus, let's say, the nice to have thing that we provide to all our customers regarding their natural telecommunication and hosting business. We can adapt it as well for basic extranet, but what is really behind that is the openness and the APIs we want to provide for our customers to go and consume their own data. We can go a little bit further, but what we really want is to open the interfaces. So this is the setup. This is where Jaguar is starting, and does it? No. Yes. No. Doesn't work on the screen. Anyway, so starting from the middle and expanding as an adjacency on the edges. So, who are we facing today? What are the kind of customers that are interested in this approach? So, we have strange ones. We have some that, let's say, on the top left. Let's start with the beginning. Have huge projects. Huge. So I have in mind a customer that is looking at predictive maintenance and more about coffee machines. Simple thing, we all know about it. First question, where are they? Well, anywhere. Anywhere where? Anywhere in France, anywhere in the world. Let's start with anywhere in France, but might be anywhere in the world soon. Okay. And you want to connect it from the IoT perspective? Yeah, absolutely. This is a machine. We want to do machine to machine. So we are looking at temperature level. We're looking about, I don't know, any kind of sign of issue with a small message and so on. That's great. So we're looking at Sigfox. We're looking at LoRa. Well, we like it very much. And of course, at the end of the month, we will be launching a new marketing initiative where, you know, the brand new machines here with a big screen that now we are providing to our customers. We would like to push some video recipes on top of it. Once the machine is connected, that's fine. Well, that's fine. You want it anywhere. You want it IoT connected. But what you really want at the end is to provide video Okay, our job as a service provider is to tell them, guys, don't make an headache about the technology. Work on your business case. We will work on the way we have to connect over space and over time your machines. Because definitely your needs are evolving and will be definitely evolving. So technology should not be an obstacle. Check mark. We have to stay technology agnostic. Second one, private frameworks, trust requirements. Our customers are secret. Really? No, not secret. We just don't want our data to go out of our plant. Okay, it's secret. So we could use any kind of network as long as you can tell us versus our own in some way. So we're using private cloud in your environment, we're using private network and so on. We want to use this kind of private collect stuff as well. Okay, so if we only do partnership behind the big service providers, the consumer service providers, is it going to work? Not necessarily. Well, guys, we have an ID. We just put some encryption end-to-end, and from your endpoint into my network through any kind of network, we can provide it to you. No. I don't want anybody else to know that my things have been transmitting, even if they don't know what they transmit. Okay, your secret. Okay, so let's think about that, and let's think about the way we can do things for you. We will be qualifying your gateways, we will have our network servers, and we will be matching both. But you have deployed your stuff, you will be using your sensors, so you don't want anybody else to be using your infrastructure, and you want to make sure that your sensors are not going to go through the same infrastructure. Easy. In a city where you have 5, 10, 20 LoRaWAN networks or more? No. But that's the go-to-market. You take it or leave it. And if you have to leave it, they will go for cellular or whatever else. So hybrid deployments means great agility in terms of partnership, but means that we have to respect the necessary isolation and framework that has to be positioned behind that. Big data consolidation may come first. It's not about smart cities, it's about public environments. In public environments, you have big players that are providing services to the entire place. These guys have providers providing the soap in the lavatories, providing the security systems, and warning about some exceptions and so on. They have from 5 to 10 existing data providers in such an environment that are gathering IoT data and that are providing to these service company access to this data through a diversity of extranet and application. This is a nightmare for them. So these kind of companies are coming to us and asking, guys, we will work together for you to have API access to these extranets. You will take the data, you will consolidate it for us, you will make a big data lake with real big data capability, and we will start aggregating all this data and helping, and you will help us to consume this data in a consistent manner. Instead of having 10 applications that will be helping the people on the field to go and change or fix or check, you will have one application that will be real time and one application that will be deep learning into the data flow to give us some maybe long-term understanding of what the HR capability need to be, what the our dimensioning on the ground could be in the long term. So one application per need, one application per target, one big databases, thousands, tens so far, but sometimes thousands sources of information. And next step, maybe we will add some with you and go back to your collect network. Limited exploration need. So I know some people in the room who have been connecting some vineyards in the past. That's a funny thing. We have in our region, in south of France, a lot of irrigation issues, and there's a lot of irrigation need, and this is just a start. So there's a need to start small, to start close, and to support our customers in this journey. This is what we are doing as well. And ecosystem enabler from an infrastructure service provider. Last point. This is my very last point. The way we have to address it is really into partnership, because nobody will have this capability to handle all the geographical relevant environment, as well as all the different technology environment that will serve the exact same amount of things relevant information. So, what do we provide? We have put in place, let's say, three kind of go-to-market for our customers. One thing we call it Stellar, which is the collection and the ingestion. So the branch of a star, let's say, try to represent the diversity of technology and diversity of networks that will be used to service this IoT ingestion. But behind that, we have, of course, all our capability to ingest messages and make it, let's say, kind of naked, pure, dry, into a big message data lake. Second step, we call it Horizon. Horizon because we have to think big and large. We have in our standard hosting capability the willingness to orchestrate hosting for our customers within Jaguar and outside, for location needs, for any other need, for security, for whatever our customers would like to address. And we are putting that capability to be open in what we have called a wide data lake that will be potentially positioned on different cloud services. We are offering this capability to our customers. Last point, Galaxy versus, in fact, this API framework and the hosting capability we have for application. Applications that are going to consume these data lakes and provide different meanings. We want all these steps to be completely independent from one another. We want to have the agility to sell one, not the other, to mix it, and to go into an aggressive go-to-market through that. Last point, and I will be on time. So, nothing special, no surprise. There are two ways to address this market. A pure indirect model where all our partners that are, let's say, vertical experts will be our channel into end customers. As well, the direct model will still be valid for existing customers that are industrial players with specific plans, specific environments, and have already an established relationship with us. But in both, this will be about interoperability. Technology should be agnostic, but once the technology are selected, we have to make sure that it becomes completely transparent for the end user. Okay, you all remember that 15 years ago, we were all extremely worried about our mobile phones, whether it's gonna run GSM 900 or 1800 or both, or maybe DECT, or maybe any kind of technology. Today it's running everything. Who cares? With a diversity of LTE band. Versus the exact same thing that we think is going to happen for IoT. And we think that the future is collaboration, exchange points, the exact same way in IoT that we have seen it in the ISP business and in the standard technology business. So I will directly answer to the first question that Samuel is going to ask me and others in the panel. What Cisco can do to support this? Cisco should help us to accelerate this openness in terms of the standards and in terms of the collaboration between the different players. We will be happy to support you in terms of selling gateways to all your customers. We will be happy to switch them on for you. But you have to help us in terms of openness of the market and push for these interoperability requirements that we really see as the enabler of the IoT market.